Thank you very much, Dave. Well, just recently we had heard an announcement in the news, more in the business news, about leasing, and at least one major company in Canada has ceased to provide leasing for vehicles. We're now starting to hear of other companies that sort of may follow suit or at least reduce their leasing options. So joining me now is Randy Warren. He is with the company called Leasebusters. First of all, Randy, thanks so much for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, when you first heard about this news, were you shocked by it? Did you see this sort of trending towards this way?
Well, there's been a lot of gossip in the industry to suggest that it was coming, but it was a bit of a shock to almost everyone.
Because we had heard, I mean, obviously in terms of car sales right now, car sales are down, especially when it comes to trucks and SUVs. A lot of companies are not having very good quarterly reports and earnings, so they were trying to cut corners, basically, right?
In essence,
do you have another story that I don't know about?
Well, no, actually, what happens when someone brings a car back off of a lease, there's a predetermined buyback or residual value.
Okay.
And unfortunately, today with market conditions being what they are, the cars generally aren't worth that market or that residual value. So the leasing companies have to sell the cars, and they're taking huge losses, often thousands of dollars on each and every vehicle that's being returned.
Okay.
So it's just a business decision. It's not cost effective for them to do it any longer.
Okay, so your company is Leasebusters. You say you're internet-based, so what exactly do you folks do?
Well, we are lease remarketers, and through our website we match up people who need to get out of their vehicle lease for whatever reason with people who are looking to get into short-term leases with great deals and good interest rates.
So instead of doing it through the actual vehicle companies, now people can come through you?
Well, no, what it is we help people get out of their lease. So when people come to us, they're looking for leases that are shorter than full term.
Okay.
Many people have needs. Contract workers want a car for 1 or 2 years, and people whose needs have changed want to get out of their existing lease early. So we're matching up those people. So in essence, we are able to supply the people who want to get into those vehicles with leases.
How long has Leasebusters been around for?
We've been in business for 18 years now.
And so now that you're hearing about all of these other companies who are either reducing their leasing options or getting rid of them altogether, are you folks finding that you're getting more business because of this?
Definitely.
And so then if we're hearing about all these other companies who are losing money because of leasing, or at least it's hurting their bottom line, how does it benefit you folks?
Well, we don't actually own the vehicles
Right.
or have responsibility for them at the end. We're just transferring the leases from the original SE through to someone who takes over the obligation. So the leasing company at the end will still have those same issues.
Okay. So where do you see the future of leasing in Canada? I mean, we are starting to hear about more companies down in the States that are looking at closing it off. So in Canada, at least, we usually do follow suit after a while. So what do you think will happen?
There's a huge need for leasing. Companies need vehicles on a regular basis. The individuals who have gotten the habit of getting a new car every 2 or 3 years want to continue to lease. And these leasing companies aren't getting out of leasing altogether. They're just turning a different direction. They're subsidizing financing and trying to get people to finance vehicles so that they don't have that loss at the end.
Also, when it comes to leasing, it is a way for a lot of people to actually just get a car, right?
Definitely. Most people were leasing because leasing gave you the lowest monthly payment.
Talk to me a bit more about leasing and sort of the benefits that do come with leasing as opposed to ownership.
Well, leasing is like renting, and a lot of people don't want the hassles involved with ownership. You've got maintenance involved. If you do decide you want to change your vehicle, you then have to sell it, and because of depreciation, usually you lose money when you do that.
There are restrictions, though, when it comes to leasing, right, in terms of what you can use within your vehicle?
There are, but you can set up your lease at the start to suit your needs. So if you need a car for 2 years, you can lease a car for 2 years. If you have a certain number of kilometers you drive per year, you can build those kilometers into the lease so that it suits your needs.
So then basically with your company, I can go to any car company, purchase a car, and lease it through your company?
No.
Or we do go directly through you?
Nope. No, you would still lease your car from the company.
Okay.
What we do is we help dealerships and individuals get out of leases. So for example, if a customer comes into the dealership, they've got a change in need, they have an increase in their family, they need a bigger vehicle. We can help them get them out of the original lease so that the dealership can get them into their new vehicle.
I see. Excellent. Okay, so leasebusters.com is the website, leasebusters.com, and on there, like you said, you're an internet-based company, so that's really good for all Canadian cities.
Definitely.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, Randy Warren, we thank you so much for being here. Randy is, of course, with leasebusters.com. If you want more information, you can go to the website now.